Hi, my name is Michael Atman, founder of Iconasys. Today we'll be doing a real-time workflow video communicating jewelry using our LED and CCFL lighting studio for jewelry, Canon Rebel T5 camera with 60mm macro lens, and our ShutterStream product photography software. I've connected my camera via USB. I will power on my camera, then I will launch the software. I will also turn on my LED studio. This studio supports CCFL lighting and a combination of that with LED. The lighting is dimmable, as you can see, twisting the knobs to adjust the lighting dimming. And it comes from the front, the base, the back, and the top. So let's go ahead and place our object inside. I'm going to try to not use my hands while touching this piece of jewelry. And we'll just stick it down. I'm working with a little piece of jeweler's wax there. You can see it actually holds quite well. So we'll just make sure our object is sitting kind of straight there, and we're going to place it inside our studio. And now that's going to bring us up a real-time preview of what our camera sees here. So we're going to find kind of our optimal shooting angle, and maybe something like that looks quite good. Now just probably what I'll do is just adjust that so it sits a little bit straighter. I can also pull that a little bit closer to my studio too. So we're going to notice a couple things here. First and foremost, our object is out of focus. You do have full control of your focal point by twisting the camera lens and the focal ring near and far. The other option would be you can actually do this directly through the software by swapping into manual focus mode, zooming in, and adjusting your focal point arrows. So we can see probably about right there is a pretty good focal point. Now what we're going to do next will be, we're losing a lot of light throughout the front of the studio, so I'm going to use a couple front door reflection panels that will bounce the light back in. Place one of these on either side, and as we can see in the real-time preview, that's actually going to make a very consistent exposure on a ring compared to kind of was before. And as you can see, you can move them back, near and far, and kind of find your optimal level there. To me, that's looking actually quite good. So now that we've kind of got our studio set up, again, you can adjust your lighting as required. If you wanted to add more light, say from, remove the light from the front or add more light from the front, you can do so by just twisting the knobs. And after you've kind of set your lighting, you do have full control to make your adjustments to your aperture, shutter speed, white balance, and we can help you with this. We do give free technical support with all our products, so I'll kind of find an optimal exposure level, probably about right there. Looks pretty good. I'll pre-crop my subject. Now I'm holding shift as I crop, meaning that what it's going to do is only crop at a 1:1 ratio, meaning a perfect square. Again, you can crop in really any kind of requirement that you need there. So there's image number one. I would say quite good. Probably what we'll do, if we did want to shoot another image, what you could do is, maybe you want your second angle, maybe just something kind of like this. Let me just try to stand this up a little bit straighter. So let's say this is kind of your second angle that you want. We'll just position it, and I'm going to bring in these. And you can really bring these in as far as you want. Don't worry so much if you're actually, let me just adjust my focal point, and then I'll just touch on what I was going to talk about there in just a sec. So looks like we're almost in focus. Let me just bring that back just a tad. All right, looks quite good there. So now what I'll do is I'll just hit snap, and there's our second image. So we've just captured two high quality images. Let's select both these images. We'll go into our editing tool, and I'll just communicate quickly a couple of our features in our editing tool. One thing that you see here is obviously these kind of front door covers. We can easily get rid of those. I can just go and kind of trace around my subject right here. I can hit apply, and I will say outside the polygon, make that alpha transparent, and it's actually going to remove everything outside of there, as you can see. Now to get your pure white background, you can just make probably a couple small adjustments. So that's looking pretty good there. I'm going to add just a bit of contrast back in, and might want to do just a little bit of a color adjustment there to kind of get more of the white, and just add a bit of sharpness. Okay, so that looks pretty good there. I'm just going to hit apply. Don't worry so much about kind of the excess background here that's just transparent. We can get rid of, you know, kind of the rest of that after the fact. So on our next image here, I'm going to kind of do the same thing, just making some small adjustments. Just add a bit of contrast back in. So that's looking quite good right there, I'd say. Again, maybe we want to just make this a little bit more silver. So that's looking quite good there. I'm just going to hit apply. All right, so you have image 1 and image 2. These are looking very good to start. Now what you can do, we can see the wax in that photo. So I'm just going to go ahead and just manually cut that out. I'm just going to hit apply, and I could say just add white back in. I'll just do alpha transparent inside the polygon. You're going to see it's just going to eat out on a transparent background. Now if you did want your stuff on a transparent background, you can also do that pretty easily just with our background removal tool. But let's say that these two images look good to go. I'm just going to go into our batch saving tool. So I'm just going to call this, you know, maybe it's a SKU number 124, 124, etc. You can say resize all of these to, maybe it's 1,000 by 1,000 pixels that you want. Choose your output location folder, hit OK, and it's going to batch save everything for you. So really in just a couple seconds, what we've done here is shot both these images, image 1, image 2. So basically images ready to go for our website. Very fast, very efficient to create the high quality results. We do give free tech support, so really designed for anyone of any skill level, and we can teach you along the way if you ever have any issues. Again, the company name is Iconasys, and let us know if there's any questions.